I like this in competitive, but I don't like it in randoms or ranked. In competitive, I think it's an interesting map to play, but in randoms and ranked, it's just not fun.
Oh, well, hold on a second. See, the problem with this map as a CV is that the central island of B is there's a double cap in BAB, so AB is in the middle, and that way in ranked at least it's very tilting because it's all important to get that. But here we have different. You'll get a free CD cap, and then the problem is the main islands on B will give you a really good position to park a ship that only needs 9.9 kilometer radar to see, because you know when they're in the cap because they will reverse their butts in, and you know the cap timer starts flipping, and then with that you can pop a radar, assuming you've got people with guns on that can see it.
Yep. There's plenty of good spots on A and B though, where you can stick your DDs and it's very hard to shoot them. Like the island in F3 is pretty good if you want to camp a DD behind that. Also the island in B is pretty strong if you can keep them away from the 1, 2, 3 lines. So it'll be interesting to see how they deploy their forces, taking into account all the island spots they can use.
This is the first map that I've actually played, or sorry, watched in the tournament that actually has 4 capture zones. So you can have a tie situation where it's 2 apiece.
That is true. Usually A and B, since they're so close together though, get contested so easily by everyone. So I would imagine, well, the team that gets A probably gets B too, since that would imply they have control over that side of the map. Alright, so anyway, NDA is deploying the Zhao, the Moskva, and the Yu Yang towards C, with the Republique slowly trailing behind, but probably going to stay mostly towards middle. Meanwhile, I have the Worcester, the Zhao, and the other Zhao heading towards the AB side of the map.
Cat's having a hard time killing himself.
Oh, did he not die?
Well, he's using a Hashidati and the Chengen has less health, so he will flood, probably. He's just making it hard for himself.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, it's because the bot doesn't move too, so if the bot was moving, they would have just exploded. Alright, so we've got our C cap, and the Yu Yang looks like he's going to rotate back towards B now. What's going on with force distribution?
Well, Yu Yang by himself captured Delta, but he has the Hindenburg Worcester also pushing on the south side of D. Second Worcester of Legend Begins is playing slow. He's staying in Hotel 7. He's thinking about going over to the west. Kurfürst, Moskva, Zhao are heading over slowly towards Alpha, but staying south of the islands, not getting caught in between.
Okay. It looks like NDA is not
keen. Dude, Cat didn't die at 6 health.
Oh my god. Well, what do we do? You know what? Do we say something?
No, I think Cornflakes is going to shoot him instead.
Oh, okay.
No, that solves that problem. He wasn't seen. But it does mean that it's... Yeah, okay. Let's balance this out. The thing is, it could be an unnecessary shot by Commander Cornflakes, but it's probably not going to have any impact on the game.
Yeah. The only thing they know is Zhao is within, what, 17.5 kilometers?
And it slightly tweaks the kill count, but it's kind of irrelevant.
Yeah. Well, WTR is not a thing in random, so nobody cares.
So...
Or, I mean, competitive.
Yu Yang, Worcester, and Hindenburg, they see your Zhao on A, but they saw him briefly. So we've got a group of 3 heading off to the extreme east, or on the 9 line, and the remaining 4 ships. Kurfürst is kind of like parked kind of in the middle, roughly, to look both sides, and the Zhao is looking at A, with the Worcester and Moskva moving slowly up to BA, so they can probably get radar on both.
Yeah. The Yu Yang is about to reverse into the B cap right now. He's setting up to put his ass in. And it looks like, I really like NDA's positioning up here. They have the Moskva and the Zhao, and I want the Moskva to use this island to like block vision, so the DD can't spot him before his radar range is...
now, you said the Yu Yang is reversing into B. Now, there we go, we see it.
Yeah,
Yu Yang is spotted.
Press W as fast as possible right here. He's got the Worcester behind him, so they can trade damage on the Legend Begins, but this is not efficient
He gets away with a couple of shots. I think Legend Begins taking more damage than the Yu Yang has.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's to be expected, but he needs to make a couple more hits will make this radar really... Actually, no, I wouldn't say that was worth it at all. He lost 10k for 3k.
If not more. I mean, don't get me wrong, you push them off B, but this is where like a game that goes 15 minutes, all these little chump health pools matter, because when it gets down to that last 5-minute super fight, having extra 15k health is a big thing.
Yeah. The GK could retaliate though. The NDA Wooster is not ceasing fire, but I'm not sure if he's lit right now. And as you'd expect, after the Yu Yang got forced back, he's just reversed and he's heading back towards the map. And Yu Yang just got radar.
Well, there's a... No, we don't see the Yu Yang, so there's no vision in that sense. But the Mossfa is close enough. However, the Mossfa, interestingly enough, is tail reversing himself into B on the west side of the capture point. So he won't be in sight other than anything than the Zhao. So it's whether or not your Yu Yang or your Wooster on the north of B has a radar to counter, so that the Zhao on the flank can fire. However, there's also Commander Cornflakes in his Zhao, pushing slowly nose into A, and I think they've figured out your positioning, so Commander Cornflakes may go into the island in A on the south side and cap that way, because he can't be flank fired.
Yep, that is... I think the Wooster might be able to hit him from there with his Wooster arcs, but... Oh, Legend Begins reversed into the cap. He's like hard spotting the Yu Yang right now. If the Republic's guns are out, maybe hemorrhaging HP. I'm not sure if this
pushed him off. I mean, his health pool is essentially the same. So what's he done? He's maybe wasted a radar, he's maybe wasted a heal, but it's kept the Yu Yang off, and now Bananan is capping the B point instead. And because of the positioning, they know where your Republic is. They know where the NDA Republic is. He's out of position. He can't punish the Zhao. He hasn't got that kind of crossfire. He's not seen. If the Wooster, I don't know if you guys already used the radar or not, but now they've just discovered there's two Zhaos on A, but they're too far away. They're like they're over 12 kilometers away. So the fact is, the A cap will be captured, and whether Cornflake stays where he is or if he leaves, we'll see.
I would imagine he pulls back, because if they have two Zhaos push on him and they catch him too close, they just kill him for free.
I think your Wooster's used the radar, because Banana and Mossfa on the west side, he is now lit up with the radar. So he's like returned a salvo, and the double Zhaos are trying to burn him up. But as soon as that radar goes down, maybe the Yu Yang can kind of crop up and use his radar, but that seems risky.
The Yu Yang is rotating to the other side. He's heading onto the west side of the islands now. And he is going to probably chain radar so that Banana keeps getting hit here. Oh, Commander Cornflakes has come out. And Gart 786 is in not the best position right now. He's might be a little too close. Oh,
Cornflakes takes a torp from one of the Zhaos. He's also perfectly broadside now to the Wooster. I mean, we're talking 9 kilometer range. Gets a good return volley.
This is... I don't think that health trade is worth it, though. It's like a radar ship versus a ship that needs to be fighting to stall their flank.
The thing is, the eastern flank is kind of stationary. Now, OM has paid for more health in getting a 2-cap advantage. If they can back off, they can lick their wounds, they have put NDA in the position where they need to make a push. They need to push the points eventually.
Ooh, Commander Cornflakes just got lit on fire, so his concealment is going to be atrocious. And that means the Wooster and the Zhaos can continue shooting him for like a long time now. They might actually, if they can hit him enough, they'll get a kill here.
No, he's angled enough, and it's only 8 Chief in the Wooster. The Republic is like 26 kilometers away, so it's not going to think. However, Cornflakes is going to ram the islands. No, Cornflakes has made a mistake here. He's rammed the islands. Now he'll die.
Yeah. The Yu Yang is in the area, so we can just keep him lit indefinitely, and he's going to go down.
He's under the...
Oh, our Worcester just ate another huge chunk. He's down to 15k now. Okay, so with that ship loss, I would imagine now that means the Yu Yang is gonna hold the Moskva. Moskva's still lit by something. I guess he's shooting.
No, it might just take a while for him to de-stealth. Well, Moskva's like 13 kilometers something. Actually, I don't exactly know what the base detection of the Moskva is, but the thing is, the Yu Yang's close enough, but the Moskva's still off a radar, and so can the Wooster. The Wooster Legend Begins has moved to the South Island, south of A. And he still has a relatively good radar range. The Kurfürst is flanking round to engage. He's firing on the Wooster, but he's going to gauge the Zhaos, and he can do the Hydro as well. And it's a 3 versus 3 on the eastern flank. No one's really pressuring on, and no one's getting anything. I mean, the OM side's kind of low in health. They just need to make sure no one passes to D. So it's very much a 3-on-4 fight for AB. But the incentive, or the initiative, is on OM side, because they've got the points. So NDA needs to take the initiative and needs to push, or kill OM.
Yeah. Actually, right now, looking at the positions, if NDA can make some rotations, they can easily take B with the Worcester because the Moskva won't be able to just sit there indefinitely against the two Zows, especially now that they have some pretty decent flanking positions on him. This Worcester needs some move though. You don't want to just get shelled by this GK for free. Where's the legend begins now?
Still on this, he's moved up to the next island, so that's the one in Foxtrot 3, south of there. And he's rotating around so he can see the Zao. The Kurfürst is moving up. His guns are still looking in the direction of your Worcester north of B or Yuyang.
Yeah.
But secondaries have cut in. He sees the Zao. Boom, first set of AP, that's kind of broadside. No, it's gonna be too much of a turn.
Yep.
Thing is, he's got Hydro, he knows the first set of torps were fired at him.
The other seconds are coming in. I think he's actually flooding Pandaso because he ate a Zaltorp earlier.
Oh,
so...
Hydro. We see the torps incoming from Gart miles away, absolutely miles away. So he's got perfect. Panso has a lot of time. He's used his damage con. He's put the fire and possibly flooding out, and he's able to escape now. He's definitely not secondary spec because his secondaries aren't firing anymore. But he's able to probably punish him. He might actually kill this out at this rate.
Yeah, he is going
to.
There he goes.
Mixture of Moskva and Kurfürst.
All the caps contested now. The Worcester is pushed onto B. He's like sitting in the middle of the cap, and the Yuyang is onto A. So the only points ticking for OM are decap. And we're making a push over there as well.
Worcester's been outplayed. Well, not outplayed, but your Worcester north of B, he's out of position. Oh wait, no, he's rotated around, but he doesn't actually have shots. So the Moskva Worcester can punish Nico and his Zao, and once the Kurfürst, because he dodged the torps quite skillfully, gets his guns back online, it's 3-1. Alright, now he's gone stealth from your Zao, which is the right play. It's still... Yeah. And the thing is, on the west, I'd say OM has the ascendancy. They've got their battleship here, they're definitely using him well, and they're playing, you know, strong, and they should probably kill things, but the east is where it's happening. OM's being pushed, and they're running away. Yuyang is providing physical hard spots. The Moskva of Dr. Val is the only kind of hard spotter. Is that a deep water torp in your Zao? Or a deep water torp in the Republic?
I think Republic takes one. He's dead for sure.
That's a flood unless he's got a damage con and a heal.
No, he doesn't. He popped the fire earlier, or repaired a fire.
Oh, Yuyang flooding is huge. Because now they don't have that Republic kind of big AP damage. The cruisers may afford to, you know, turn or evade or that type of stuff. I think OM's going to take game one at this rate.
You never know. There's still room for crazy things like torps on anything or stuff like that. It's
timer-wise,
you don't know.
Timer-wise,
yes.
They're still ahead just. It's 7 minutes 12 to 8 minutes 8.
Yeah. If they if nothing changes, OM wins for sure. But Ghost 945, the Zao, is rotating into D, so he might step onto that cap and attempt to cap it out. Meanwhile, Dr. Valenrista, the Hindenburg, or Moskva, is continuing his push, just pushing onto Imperator Chaos. But he needs the Zao help. If
the Zao and the Moskva, the problem is they need to see, like, what can your Zao and Moskva see on the eastern flank?
Just the Hindenburg. So that's the only thing they're chasing.
And he's one of the hardest people to kill. If he has, like, the legendary module, he's going to be super difficult.
Yeah. I don't know what our Worcester's game plan is from here. They need him to contest the cap because they don't want the points to bleed over. Oh, he's got... Oh, the Legend Begins has sights on our DD. Is that a radar? I guess.
No, you don't see the radar. We don't see the destroyer.
Oh, he just got lit then, just normally. Alright, Banana's stepping off B because he sees the torps coming. Worcester is up, he's on 10k.
I think your Zao on the west flank's too far away. He needs to get a lot closer.
Yeah, well, I don't think he needs to get closer. He just needs to get into a better position to get.
Well, he's not getting access. Ooh, good deep water torps, but they're spotted on Banana. And he knows they're incoming. Can he dodge? I think he's going to eat at least one though.
Yeah, RDD's going to go down for this. Legend Begins just charged out, popped his
Banana and pop radar or Legend, yeah. The Banana takes the torp. He can't fire on the Yuyang. Legend is going to fire on the Yuyang. I wonder if the Kurfürst... Yeah, the Kurfürst is going to fire as well. In fact, he may just hold these shots.
Not long for this world. However, they got the they killed the Worcester on the other side. So that means Imperator of Chaos is going to go down eventually. TM.
Really though? He's a Hindenburg. The thing is, he's gonna run out of map, but he can slow down his speed and he can just angle away all day long.
Legend Begins went down. That means they need to put something on A cap.
Yeah, so the Moskva reverses onto B. The Kurfürst has to turn back into A for the caps.
Yep. I think Alright, what they have to do is they just have to... Ghost 945, if he can, should just go dark so he can take D. And
He
then
can't
OM will
because
be
the
in a
Yu
lead
Yang's
back.
got him.
Oh,
We have a
true.
Yu Yang who's got him in physical spot. He's under 9 kilometers, so he'll never go stealth. He's got deep water torps coming into as well. Check out your Mosfa. Your Mosfa should stop firing though.
Yeah, he does need to go dark. Is he burning?
He just went dark. He just went dark when
Okay.
the last salvo went in it.
If this sets a fire, that'll be very unfortunate for him. Does not.
Torps are skillfully dodged by the Zhao. Now here comes the next question. Your Wooster in B is annoying the curve first, resetting the caps. What happens next? Does the Mosfa from Banana, and he's kind of reversing? I think he's going to go around the gap in B, but he's quite sluggish with his maneuverability, and perhaps attack the Wooster in B. But OM isn't generating any points. It's still 5 minutes for the win by NDA. Still plenty of this to go. And the health
They
pools...
have 3 caps. Well,
Yeah, but
2
the
now.
cap timer is 4 minutes and 50. Only two caps are actually generating points though, and they're on 700. So it's going to still take 4 minutes 45 for it to go through.
I think what it's going to come down to here is Imperator has to trade for a ship, or they lose. If this Hindenburg does not get the Zhao or the Moskva in return for his life, they are going to lose.
Oh, there you go.
Booster?
Pure first gets an A. Yeah, because he's been moving along the A, so he's gone along. And with the Moss was so close, they have a sight, and he just popped a shot over. That's... I think your Worcester was misplayed. Like, his positioning, he's miles away from the island. He's way out. If he's much more snugged in, he just needs to stall, you know, and hold the point. And then if the Mossfer comes around the corner, you can AP shot him in the side.
Yep. He didn't even need to shoot there. He could have actually just been sitting there AFK. Like,
Yep.
alt tab
Yu
and
Yang
not do
is
anything.
too far away, keeping the Zhao perma-spotted. So now the Zhao and your Mossfa is super pressured. There you go, the Hindenburg goes down. Now they need to try and get back into the fight.
Well, no, they don't need to do anything. We win. We just sit here. But
It's actually really, really close. It is 4 minutes and 6 seconds for OM and 4 minutes and 2 seconds. It's like a 2 second gap, sorry, between the teams. So NDA is still winning, believe it or not, by 2 seconds.
Yep. It's like
However, the Yu Yang is pushing up to D, and he only needs to stall it for like a blip.
Yep. And our Zhao is under fire from the Moskva now.
He just needs to reverse, or can he go stealth? What's his range?
Well, what the Zhao is
No, he
trying
can't.
here, if I'm... My think for the Zhao is, I think what he wants to do is just push onto decap, put his Hydro up, and then not die.
This is the Zhao at
Because
Delta.
he can't let the Yu Yang... Yeah, the Zhao at Delta.
No,
he can't let the Yu Yang step on. Has
Yu
to
Yang's
be able
backed
to
off.
ward him off.
Well, this is tricky, because does Banana with his Mossfa push down as well? I mean, they're trying to punish the Zhao. The Phanix in the Yu Yang is keeping the Zhao perma-spotted, and the Mossfa is trying to burn the Zhao down on his 12k. How much health is the Mossfa of NDA on the east side of D?
Oh, he can't poke out. He must be out of heals because he hasn't popped one yet, and only has 4k HP. If he comes
Right,
out, he
right.
basically dies.
So it's whether or not the Yu Yang can see it. And then the thing is, I don't know where the Curve First is going. The Curve First had the Zhao in range, but the Curve First is hiding behind the island. So right now, it feels like the Curve First is not doing anything. He's just out of position, can't make a kill. So it's all down to Banana and the Yu Yang here. And they need to, they don't necessarily need a kill, but they've got 2.5 minutes. They need to go in the cap. I tell you what could happen is that when it gets close to 1,000 points, Bananan could go full speed YOLO into D. He doesn't need to cap it, he just needs to leave just long enough, just need to live just long enough to stall the points by a few seconds. So he could go in there at the last moment, and then, you know, OM catches up on points and overtakes.
Yep. Where is the Curfirst right now, actually?
North side of A.
North side of A? Honestly, I think Nico Dude should do the same thing onto the A, behind the A island.
If you can reverse and get on the south side, maybe. But do you know, if you don't know where the Curfirst is, oh man, your Zhao needs to stop firing. He needs to back off. But this is the thing, the Mossfer's doing a great job at pushing the Zhao away. Your Mossfer may have a radar, but your Zhao needs to try and... Oh, he can't though, because the Yu Yang's doing a very smart job. He's keeping him perma-spotted.
Yeah, the Zhao has no counterplay here, other than maybe kill the Moskva.
Which
I don't
is
think that's
not in that health pool. So this is the final big play. The good work by the Yu Yang and the Mossfa
that's
together.
it. They just tapped on. They touched the cap. They might radar it. They need to kill this Yu Yang. I don't know what his health is at.
Well, the problem is the Zhao is going to be critically low. I mean, maybe there isn't a radar left for your Mossfa.
Oh, true. It's been a whole 20-minute game. Oh, and they step off smartly. stall it for 2 seconds, and step off.
That's all they need
Nico
to do.
needs to charge towards A.
Cool, Banana is looking for a kill.
If he gets that, game's over.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sure.
It doesn't matter what happens at A. Kurfus is prowling, he's keeping an eye on A, but there'll be no way to spot anything if something goes on the south side on the tip. And the Zhao, technically, the Yu Yang is actually out of range. Your Zhao needs to stop firing. He doesn't realize that he's no longer proxy spotted. The Yu Yang is like 13 kilometers away. He doesn't know.
He got lit on fire with that last volley, so I believe his thought process.
And then here comes the Moskva. No choice.
Yeah. This is what you have to do, though. If you want a chance at winning, it's better to come out and try to shoot than it is to just sit behind the rock.
Yeah. Oh, I never had a chance anyway. Maybe they should have just realized, hey, I'm perma-spotted. Moskva, you got to come out regardless. Rather than letting it just be a 1-on-1, he has to come out immediately and make it 2 versus 1. Even though the odds are still you're going to lose. Still, it's a close game. I feel that OM probably had that more in the bag than they were letting on. And some very clutch plays by OM, like the killing of the Worcester in the middle, the kind of small misplays by NDA, allowed OM to come back. So I mean, OM was winning, then NDA came back, and then OM kind of capitalized on misplays, and back and forth game. Yeah,
I would 100% agree with you there. I think the one thing for NDA that really hurt them was the death in the middle. If that Worcester is alive, Banana can't really push. And they have to bring the GK all the way up if they want to push him safely.
I mean, if you think of all the ships that died, right? And just by small margins, and realize that the game was so close that it came down to a kill of 1 ship. So if the Worcester had managed to survive or stay hidden or kept behind the corner, he would have denied the central B cap from going through. There wouldn't have been the catch up with points. And the Republic disconnected from NDA.
That's unfortunate.